Hi, and welcome to the 10 square metre workshop. You know, I really do not like pegboard. What's that you say? How can I say that with all this stuff behind me? Well, it's not pegboard. Well, it is of course, but no, it's not. Let me explain. When you think of pegboard, you usually think of that thin hardboard stuff like this. It's got holes about every 25mm and is pretty flimsy. It's okay for art projects, but not really for mounting tools. But this is more of a pallet. No, not this kind. I mean a machinist's pallet, such as this. It's a solid plate with a grid of holes tapped, so you can bolt things down, in this case of ice. But you can mount almost anything with clamps, in exactly where you want them. My larger CNC mill for wood also has this grid of threaded holes for the same purpose, to bolt down the workpiece. The material I'm using here is actually recycled office dividers, making cubicles, in its acoustic panelling. Once the fabric was removed, it revealed this matrix of holes. Every 10mm there's a 3.3mm hole. It's solidly mounted on a frame. Horizontally it's strong enough to stand on. But this doesn't need to be tapped. A 4mm bolt inserted in the hole self-taps quite happily, and it's very strong. As you can see, these spanner racks have 2 bolts. As long as the holes are a whole number of 10mm apart, you just line it up and insert. Very quick, very easy. You can of course still use wire hooks and clips, just like pegboard, for individual items. But you can also group items together on a carrier, same as you would do for French cleats, so that you can align the items in an easy to grasp position. And weight isn't a problem, as you can see from this collection of hammers, all held on with 2 bolts. What would I do if I hadn't been lucky enough to get this material? Well, you can get pegboard at 6mm thick, much stronger, but the holes tend to be too big. I like this 3.3, it's ideal tapping size for 4mm bolts. Well, I'd have made my own. I'd get 6mm MDF and I'd drill the grid using a template. It's well worth the effort, and it's immensely strong. It's difficult to achieve this level of density with French cleats, and difficult to achieve this level of load carrying with ordinary pegboard. And don't forget that French cleats have dust gathering grooves on them. Plus they rely on gravity to hold them in place, unless they've got alternative fixing, which kind of defeats the object. This system allows you to position items to the nearest 10mm, probably the most accurate system. It combines all the best features of French cleats with all the features of pegboard, and is therefore superior to both, in my opinion. That's all for this time. Bye for now.